TV. Now stay tuned, we'll have more special reports. The top 10 times the government lied to you when they said, hey, trust us, we're from the government, we're here to help. And also breakthrough technology being developed by normal citizens to combat the immigration crisis. This is the INFOWARS Nightly News.
Alex Jones here to tell you about how you can help spread liberty worldwide while also enjoying what I have found to be the best tasting 100% organic coffee on the planet. For more than a decade, my favorite coffee has come from the high mountains of southern Mexico, where the Chiapas farmers grow their unique shade-grown Arabica beans. We have now managed to secure these sought-after beans in a highly customized blend. Discover and try a bag of the Patriot Blend 100% organic coffee at InfoWarsLife.com. This coffee gives you a long, smooth pick-me-up for hours without the headaches and heartburn that so many other coffees give me personally. Hands down, this is my favorite coffee, and it's taken us years to secure connections directly to the Chiapas Mexican farmers. Drop by the site today, order a bag or two, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Available in original or with our immune support infusion blend. You will be supporting a free press, all the while enjoying a truly great-tasting cup of my favorite coffee. Available at InfoWarsLife.com. This is Alex Jones for InfoWarsLife.com. The latest in preparedness is now here. An electrically stabilized colloidal silver solution that can be added to both your home cabinet and preparedness pack alike. Concentrated to 30 parts per million in what has been dubbed the survival silver solution. The new InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver is the answer for you and your family. And it's entirely free of toxic artificial additives that are loaded into many products. The InfoWars Life Silver Bullet Silver is so powerful that it is concentrated into a 2-ounce bottle and is not recommended for extended continual use. This is not a low-grade formula. We are working with one of the top laboratory manufacturers in the United States to bring you the best form of colloidal silver using electrical processes within a base of deionized water for your preparedness storage or your home kitchen. Purchase your bottle of InfoWarsLife.com Silver Bullet Colloidal Silver today and find other amazing supplements at InfoWarsLife.com.
I'm Joe Biggs with InfoWars.com here with Glenn Spencer, and he is going to demonstrate the new technology that he has that he says, without a doubt, will secure our borders. So tell us about this.
This is a remote camera operated over the internet, IP-based camera. These people are miles from here, out in the middle of the desert, and they are going to be beginning to walk. They're actually north of the border, and they're going to start walking south, and we'll see if we can detect them. What we do is, when we get ready to run a test, we go into a hole, everybody stands still, so we can pick up the background noise. Anything that's going on, that's background noise. So they'll go into a 2-minute hole, and then they will start walking. Interestingly enough, we believe we just had a couple of earthquakes or some other large energy source down there that hit all of our sensors at once. Isn't that right, Ren?
Yes.
Picked them up. Detection. See how far that is from the border? That was. Look at that. Probably 600 feet. We've had consistently over the years detection of two people at 600 feet. Now sometimes what will happen is just now the adjoining sensor will say, oh, I picked them up as well. What will have happened is the GPS, our system would have sent out over the internet their location. If you're in the Border Patrol, suddenly that light lights up right there, their location, and under optimum conditions we'd have our drone fly over, and by now we'd be flying over them sending video back of who they are and what they do. Now this is at least 5 miles away from where we are right now. We're convinced that a system like this, installed on the entire border, would tell the Border Patrol when the border is being penetrated, who's penetrating it. And even if they don't catch them, we would have a record of it. Yeah. You see? So we'd have a permanent record to evaluate how well the Border Patrol is doing. If they'll count how many cross, subtract how many they catch.
Yeah.
measure of effectiveness, a metric for the border. This is what this country needs, so that we'll know that the border is secure. Then I think America, with a big heart, okay, would look more kindly on those who would appeal to us for, oh, that's a nearby sensor. You know, they've gotten closer to the line, another sensor went off. And the way we evaluate this is we have the system go off, if the camera swings around, we can see what it is that set it off. John has some cows down there. I don't know, John, if you know that you've got cows running around on your property, right? Well, they don't set this system off. They don't trigger it because our algorithm, our mathematical algorithm, can tell the difference between cows and rain and rabbits. So it is a low false alarm rate. The problem with the Border Patrol sensors is their false alarm rate is over 90%. This is very low. So we believe that this is an important element for border security, and we would encourage Congress to take a close look at it.
For more information on this groundbreaking technology, go to AmericanBorderPatrol.com. Also, I encourage you to send this video to Congress. Why? Because this is the best and most cost-effective way to secure our borders right now. Stay tuned for more reports on the border. I'm Joe Biggs with INFOWARS.com.
City of Austin tap water versus filtered City of Austin tap water.
I can taste dirt in it.
God knows what's in this.
This has an aftertaste.
Tastes like Austin water? Yeah, it does. Ugh.
These people just sampled City of Austin tap water straight from the faucet. Next, we had them try a sample of tap water filtered through the ProPure G2.0 filtration system.
High quality H2O.
That one is better.
Tastes like nothing.
Yep, I know what good water tastes like. It's good water.
Most tap water contains added substances like fluoride, chlorine, Monsanto's deadly pesticide, glyphosate, and many others. Studies prove that these substances are linked to an assortment of major health issues, including tooth decay, lowered IQ, and even cancer.
It tastes like you're drinking out of the lake when you're drinking tap water.
Yeah, it has that processed flavor to it.
The ProPure G2.0 filtration system removes these deadly substances and many more, leaving only fresh-tasting, deliciously clean water.
Okay, this is very tasty.
It's good water.
Refreshing.
It's good.
Go to InfoWarsStore.com today. Use promo code WATER and save 10% off your ProPure purchase. Again, that's InfoWarsStore.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other toxic members of the fluoride family are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the American people. I am extremely excited to announce the exclusive INFOWARS Life Fluoride Shield formulation, fusing 6 of the best documented ingredients from around the world to help the body remove not just toxic fluoride residues from the body, but a whole host of toxic substances. Secure your fluoride shield at InfoWarsLife.com today.
Again, you might be right, but I don't see how you can say that everything we say is right and everything the Russians say is a lie. Well, that's exactly what you're just saying.
That's not what I said. I said I would say that we are not two credible, equally credible parties when it comes to what we say publicly about the conflict in Ukraine.
And your argument would be that the U.S. is more credible than the Russians are.
I'm not even dignifying that question with a response.
Well, I mean, you.
But did you see that impression?
But we're more credible? Yes, we don't put out mass amounts of propaganda.
What did she just say? Now, contrary to that little fib that was told by the Defense Department spokesperson, the government pumps out plenty of propaganda, and they always have. Here are just a few examples.
We know with confidence, that the Ukrainians did not have such a system anywhere near the vicinity at that point in time. So it obviously points a very clear finger at the separatists.
In the days following the Malaysian Flight 17 attack, the Russian government released satellite photos that showed locations of Ukrainian Buk anti-aircraft missiles, and they also presented documentation that a Ukrainian fighter jet rapidly approached the Malaysian airline prior to its downing.
Posted on YouTube by the Ukrainian
Well, is there
government.
anything? Okay, is there anything other? Because
I can keep going if you want to
Well, is there stuff
jump
that's
in?
other than social media that?
Yes,
that you're
absolutely,
there
there
is.
is.
So what is it that's other than social
At this
media?
point.
Now, when their YouTube and social media proof weren't enough to launch World War III, the U.S. government was forced to concede that Russia was not directly involved in shooting down the plane, nor could they prove that those anti-aircraft missiles came from Russia. Now, just like it wouldn't have made much political sense for Russia to shoot down a commercial airliner, it wouldn't have made much sense for the Assad regime to release chemical weapons the very day that a UN team had entered the country to research such claims. But that didn't stop Secretary of State John Kerry from once again repeating endlessly and often baseless claims.
The Assad regime, and only undeniably the Assad regime, unleashed an outrageous chemical attack against its own citizens.
And once again, Kerry was not able to back up these claims with evidence. And in fact, Syrian rebels actually admitted responsibility for the chemical weapons attack. Yes, those same Syrian rebels the U.S. government had been secretly aiding militarily.
And the White House promised more direct military support is on the way, but aides would not disclose the specifics of the arms the U.S. is sending.
The MIT report Kerry cited as irrefutable proof that the Assad regime used chemical weapons actually showed that based on the range of the rocket that delivered sarin, it was too short for the device to have been fired from the Syrian government positions. And who can forget the package of lies delivered to the world about Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction?
Weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of mass death.
The government exploited the collective energy surrounding 9/11 to shift focus off of Osama bin Laden and onto Saddam Hussein, who had nothing to do with 9/11. Here's what President George W. Bush had to say just 6 months after 9/11 about the war on terror's most wanted.
So I don't know where he is, nor do, I just don't spend that much time on him, Kelly, to be honest with you.
Now, perhaps Bush just didn't want anyone to start questioning all the anomalies surrounding 9/11, just one of many being the invisible plane that hit the Pentagon.
An eyewitness who said it appeared that Boeing 757, the American Airlines jet, landed short of the Pentagon. Can you give us any better idea of how much of the plane actually impacted the building?
It might have appeared that way, but from my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon.
And remember those anthrax attacks following 9/11? Just 1 week before passage of the Patriot Act, letters containing anthrax spores were mailed to several news media offices and to 2 key Democratic U.S. senators who were coincidentally stalling the Patriot Act's passage. The letters seem to have scared them and the rest of Congress into passing the Patriot Act without even reading it. Muslim terrorists were quickly ruled out after investigations proved that the letters contained a specific type of weaponized anthrax that could have only been made by a United States military lab. But that didn't stop Colin Powell from exploiting the attack.
Less than a teaspoonful of dry anthrax in an envelope shut down the United States Senate in the fall of 2001. Iraq declared 8,500 liters of anthrax.
Powell's move was a pivotal moment that scared America right into another war with Iraq. But let's not forget about the other huge lie the government peddled to get us into the first Gulf War.
They took the babies out of the incubators. Took the incubators and left the children to die on the cold floor.
That was Nurse Nayira, whose tearful testimony swung the pendulum in favor of war. After the vote was safely passed, Nayira, the daughter of the Kuwaiti ambassador to Washington, admitted to making the whole story up.
Then there's the 1964 Gulf of Tonkin incident. President Lyndon B. Johnson lied to the American public and Congress in order to escalate the war in Vietnam. In his speech to the American people, Johnson blatantly lied when he declared that North Vietnam attacked U.S. vessels on the high seas. Congress quickly passed the Gulf of Tonkin resolution, escalating the war in Vietnam. By 1969, over 500,000 troops were fighting in Southeast Asia. Johnson and his Secretary of Defense, Robert McNamara, had bamboozled Congress and the American people. In fact, North Vietnam had not attacked the USS Maddox as the Pentagon claimed. And Johnson later admitted, "For all I know, our Navy was shooting at whales out there." And here's another "just trust us" that went bust.
Does the NSA collect any type of data at all